Welcome to Echoes of the Unknown, the podcast where we explore some of the world's most fascinating unsolved mysteries. I'm Jack Montgomery, and today we're traveling deep into the mist-covered mountains of Malaysia to examine one of the 20th century's most baffling disappearances. In 1967, a man known around the world as the Thai Silk King stepped out for a simple afternoon walk and was never seen again. Despite one of the largest search operations ever conducted in Southeast Asia, investigators never found a body, a clear trail, or a definitive answer. The man who earned the nickname the Thai Silk King was actually named Jim Thompson. To understand why his disappearance captured international attention, we must first understand who Thompson was. Born in 1906 in Greenville, Delaware, he grew up in a prosperous American family. Intelligent, ambitious, and adventurous, he studied architecture before beginning a career that would eventually take him far from the United States. During World War II, Thompson served in the Office of Strategic Services, better known as the OSS, the wartime intelligence agency that later evolved into the CIA. His work brought him to Asia, where he developed a deep fascination with the region's cultures, traditions, and people. After the war, Thompson made a decision that would change his life forever. Rather than returning permanently to the United States, he settled in Thailand. At the time, Thailand's traditional silk industry was struggling. Handmade silk, once a source of national pride, faced increasing competition from mass-produced fabrics. Thompson recognized both the beauty of Thai silk and its potential appeal to international markets. Between 1948 and the mid-1950s, Thompson revitalized Thailand's once fading silk industry. Through his persistence, business skills, and keen eye for design, he introduced Thai silk to the world. A major breakthrough came in 1951 when costumes for the wildly popular Broadway musical The King and I were made from Thai silk, exposing American audiences to the fabric. Throughout the 1950s and into the 1960s, Thai silk became an internationally recognized luxury textile. Time magazine claimed Thompson almost single-handedly saved Thailand's vital silk industry from extinction. His success was truly extraordinary. Wealthy travelers, fashion designers, and celebrities from New York, Paris, and elsewhere became captivated by the vibrant fabrics he promoted. Soon, Thai silk appeared in luxury boutiques and fashion houses across Europe and America. Thompson became known as the Thai Silk King, a title that reflected both his influence and his remarkable business achievements. By the 1960s, he was one of the most famous expatriates in Southeast Asia. His home in Bangkok became a landmark, filled with art, antiques, and architectural treasures collected from across the region. He moved comfortably among diplomats, business leaders, journalists, and members of high society. Yet despite his wealth and prominence, Thompson remained something of an enigma. Friends often described him as charming and intelligent, but also private, independent, and difficult to fully understand. In March of 1967, Thompson traveled to Malaysia to spend the Easter holiday with friends. Their destination was the Cameron Highlands, a picturesque region of rolling hills, tea plantations, forests, and cool mountain air. Located far above the tropical heat of the lowlands, the Cameron Highlands had long been a retreat for travelers seeking a peaceful escape. The setting could hardly have seemed more idyllic. Thompson was staying at a cottage owned by friends and appeared relaxed and in good spirits. Nothing about the trip suggested that anything unusual was about to occur. There were no reports of threats, no obvious signs of danger, No indication that this vacation would become his final known journey. On the afternoon of March 26th, Easter Sunday, Thompson decided to go for a walk. Accounts differ slightly regarding exactly what was said before he left, but most agree on the basic details. He stepped outside sometime after lunch, dressed casually, and headed toward the surrounding countryside. At first, no one was concerned. Thompson was known to enjoy exploring. He had traveled extensively throughout Asia and was comfortable navigating unfamiliar environments. A short walk in the highlands hardly seemed remarkable. But as the afternoon turned into evening, concern began to grow. Hours passed, and there was still no sign of him. As darkness settled over the mountains, Thompson had not returned. His friends began searching nearby paths and roads. They called out his name. They checked areas where he might have wandered. Yet there was no response, no footprints, no clues, no indication of where he had gone. What began as a simple concern soon escalated into an emergency. Authorities launched an extensive search unlike anything the region had seen. Police officers, military personnel, local volunteers, indigenous trackers, and experienced search teams combed the surrounding terrain. Helicopters flew overhead. Dogs were brought in. Dense forests were searched repeatedly. The operation expanded day after day. Thousands of people participated. The search covered mountainsides, ravines, streams, plantations, and remote jungle areas. Every possibility was considered. Had Thompson become injured? Had he fallen into a hidden ravine? Had he suffered a medical emergency? Had he become lost in unfamiliar terrain? Yet despite the vast scale of the search effort, investigators found almost nothing. No clothing, no personal belongings, no remains, no evidence that clearly explained what had happened. The complete absence of physical evidence quickly transformed the case from a missing person investigation into an international mystery. As news spread around the world, speculation exploded. Newspapers in Asia, Europe, and the United States followed every development. Journalists descended upon the Cameron Highlands. Experts offered theories. Rumors circulated. Each new possibility seemed to raise even more questions. One of the simplest explanations was that Thompson had become lost and died accidentally in the wilderness. The terrain surrounding the Cameron Highlands can be deceptive. Thick vegetation, steep slopes, hidden gullies, and dense jungle make navigation difficult. Even experienced hikers can become disoriented. Supporters of this theory argue that Thompson may have wandered farther than intended, suffered an accident, and perished in a location that searchers simply never discovered. At first glance, the theory appears reasonable. Yet critics point to a major problem. The search was enormous. Literally, thousands of people examined the area. Indigenous trackers familiar with the terrain participated in the effort. If Thompson had died nearby, many wonder why absolutely no trace of him was ever found. Another possibility involves foul play. As a wealthy and well-known foreign businessman, Thompson may have been a target for robbery or violence. Some theorists suggest he could have encountered criminals while walking alone. Others believe he may have been abducted and killed elsewhere. Again, however, evidence remains elusive. No witnesses reported a struggle. No ransom demands were received. No suspects were ever identified. Investigators found nothing concrete linking the disappearance to a criminal act. Then there are the espionage theories. Because Thompson had worked for the OSS during World War II, some observers wondered whether intelligence activities played a role. Southeast Asia in the 1960s was a region shaped by Cold War tensions, political upheaval, and covert operations. Various governments and intelligence services operated throughout the area. Could Thompson have possessed sensitive information? Was he involved in activities unknown to the public? Did old intelligence connections somehow lead to his disappearance? These theories have long fascinated writers and researchers, but evidence supporting them remains largely speculative. No credible proof has emerged demonstrating that espionage was directly connected to his disappearance. Another intriguing theory suggests that Thompson chose to disappear voluntarily. Supporters of this idea point to his independent personality and adventurous spirit. Perhaps, they argue, he wanted to escape public life and begin anew elsewhere. Yet this explanation faces serious challenges. Thompson left behind substantial wealth, close friendships, business interests, and personal possessions. He gave no indication that he intended to vanish. Moreover, no verified sighting or confirmed evidence ever emerged showing that he lived elsewhere after March 1967. The voluntary disappearance theory remains possible in the broadest sense, but most researchers consider it extremely unlikely. Some theories venture even further into speculation. Stories involving secret political plots, organized crime, foreign intelligence agencies, and hidden enemies have circulated for decades. Like many famous mysteries, the lack of evidence created fertile ground for increasingly elaborate explanations. The challenge is that nearly every theory eventually encounters the same obstacle. There is simply not enough evidence. The case contains a remarkable vacuum where answers should be. As years passed, the mystery only deepened. Investigators continued reviewing evidence. Journalists repeatedly revisited the story. Authors wrote books examining competing theories. Family members and friends sought closure, yet no definitive breakthrough ever arrived. As if Jim Thompson's disappearance was not mysterious enough, tragedy struck his family again just 5 months later. His older sister, Catherine Thompson Wood, was found bludgeoned to death in her home in Chester County, Pennsylvania, on August 30th, 1967. Her murder was never solved, fueling speculation and adding another layer of intrigue to the already baffling disappearance of the Thai Silk King. Today, visitors to Bangkok can tour the Jim Thompson House, which has been preserved as a museum. The beautifully maintained property offers a glimpse into the life of the man who helped transform Thai silk into an international phenomenon. Walking through its rooms, visitors can see the art, architecture, and collections that reflected his passions. Yet the key question about the final chapter in Thompson's story remains unanswered. What really happened after he stepped outside that Easter afternoon? Did he become lost or injured in the jungle and succumb to the elements? Was he the victim of a crime? Did Cold War intrigue somehow intersect with his life? Or is the truth something no one has yet imagined? Nearly 6 decades later, the Cameron Highlands continue to guard their secret. Jim Thompson's disappearance reminds us that even in an age of modern investigations, large-scale searches, and international attention, some mysteries remain stubbornly unsolved. A man known around the world simply walked away one day and was never seen again. And perhaps that is why the mystery of the Thai Silk King continues to endure. After all, it combines all the elements that capture our imagination: success, adventure, exotic locations, unanswered questions, and a vanishing so complete that it seems almost impossible. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Echoes of the Unknown. If you found this story compelling, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with fellow mystery lovers. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, every mystery leaves an echo, and sometimes those echoes continue long after the truth has vanished.